JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, 5 shot at gospel event in Manchester. 5 people, including a woman and an off-duty firefighter, were shot during an attack at a gospel concert and a fun day event in Christiana in Manchester on Tuesday night. Head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Jane McCullough, said that the incident, which happened shortly before 11 p.m., was an unprovoked and a senseless attack. It is a yearly event that is always peaceful with a fun day. The information that we have so far is that 2 men on a bike rode up Ministry 11 p.m. and opened fire indiscriminately at persons standing outside the venue, said McCullough. The annual gospel concert, conceptualized by Lennox Peter Powell, was held in memory of his passing in June. McCullough said the motive has not yet been established for the shooting. The 5 people were rushed to hospital where they had been admitted in stable condition. There's a strong possibility that there will be abandoned events from now leading to New Year's Eve. This will be done on a case-by-case assessment. Intelligence will have to be reassessed, and we will do a review of the decision within the first week of January, said McCullough. People's National Party caretaker for North East Manchester, Valentin Wint, said to end the year with such violence does not bode well for the Christiana community. Man killed, daughter hospitalized in Mobile bike crash. A man has died and his adult daughter is receiving treatment at hospital following an early morning crash in Montego Bay, St. James on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as 43-year-old Marlon Allen, a resident of Woodlawn in Hanover. According to police reports, the crash occurred just after 6 a.m. Reports are that Allen and his daughter were traveling on a motorcycle when, upon reaching the intersection of Alice Eldemeyer Drive and Bogue Road, there was a collision with a Toyota Wish. Both Allen and his daughter were reportedly thrown from the motorcycle. They were rushed to the hospital where Allen died. The police are investigating the collision. Old Harbour Bay man shot multiple times while heading home. A man was shot multiple times by gunmen while making his way home in Burkefield, Old Harbour Bay, St. Catherine Monday night. The injured man remains in hospital. His attackers are being sought by the police. The police report that about 11:40 p.m., the man was riding his bicycle along a dirt track on his way home in Burkefield when he was pounced upon by 3 gunmen who opened fire. He was hit several times, including in the abdomen. The gunmen then escaped into the area. Residents then took the injured man to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was admitted for treatment. The police were summoned, and upon arrival at the scene, several spent casings were discovered. The Old Harbour Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating. RGD employee killed in Moni crash. Another woman has died following injuries sustained in a crash in Moni, St. Anne on Wednesday morning. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Danielia Parker of a St. Catherine address. Police report that she was employed at the Registrar General's Department. According to the police, around 12:03 a.m., Parker was a passenger in a white Suzuki Sears traveling in a southerly direction when a tire blew, causing the driver to lose control of the vehicle. The car collided with the median railing. The driver reportedly fled the scene. The police were summoned and Parker was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Parker is the second woman to die in a crash in St. Anne in recent days. On Christmas morning, Olivia Dawkins of Mamby Bay in the parish died from injuries she sustained in a motor vehicle crash. 3 other people were injured in that incident. Bill to remove King as head of state to be tabled in April, says Malahoo Fort. The government is working to bring a bill before Parliament as early as April next year that will seek to remove the King of England as Jamaica's head of state. That's according to Legal Affairs Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort.
So in our engagement with members of the public, I realized that a lot of people just don't know, and they make assumptions on wrong information and disinformation and proceed down a path. And it has been both challenging and exciting at the same time to meet people who genuinely want to better understand what is happening. And so as we went about the work, we took into account the views that we heard from Jamaicans, how it is that they would like to see government operate, and we have completed the suite of recommendations that are to be made in respect of the transition from the constitutional monarchy, which has King Charles III, King of Jamaica, as our head of state, to change to the establishment of the office of President for the Republic of Jamaica. So we are now drafting the report, which will go back to the committee and will inform the cabinet submission that will go to cabinet and the drafting instructions for the first phase of the reform. We are working to have the bill ready, certainly, if not before we prorogue for the 23-24 year, early in the legislative year.
Marlene Malahoo Fort, Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. Guns charged with 2018 murder after being deported. In a significant development, the Kingston Western Police have charged a 50-year-old man, Omar Burford, also known as Guns and Gunners, with the stabbing death of 31-year-old Tomolo Thomas from Upper Oxford Street, Kingston 14. The tragic incident, which occurred in September 2018, has resurfaced as Burford was arrested overseas and deported on December 21, 2023. According to reports from the Denham Town Police, the fatal altercation unfolded around 12:30 p.m. at the Upper Oxford Street residence shared by Thomas and Burford. An argument between the two escalated into a physical confrontation, during which a knife was employed to inflict multiple stab wounds to Thomas's head and neck. Despite being rushed to the hospital, Thomas was pronounced dead. The accused, Omar Burford, managed to evade authorities for an extended period but was eventually apprehended overseas. Following his deportation on December 21, Burford was promptly handed over to the local authorities. On Monday, December 25, he was formally charged in connection with the 2018 murder. The court date for Burford has not yet been finalized, leaving the community and the victim's family awaiting further legal proceedings. The reopening of this cold case serves as a reminder of the persistent efforts of law enforcement agencies to bring justice to victims and their families, even across borders. This arrest demonstrates the collaboration between international and local law enforcement agencies, highlighting the commitment to holding individuals accountable for their actions, regardless of their attempts to evade justice. Former U.S. soldier on gun charge gets $500,000 bail. A Jamaican-American man charged over the seizure of a loaded gun during a traffic stop was today granted $500,000 bail, with one or two sureties in the St. Catherine Parish Court. Tamil Chin, 28, who was recently discharged from the United States Army, was ordered by Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Lane to surrender his travel documents and to report to the Central Village Police Station 2 times weekly. Chin, who is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition, is to go before the gun court on January 26. In applying for a bail, his attorney Matthew Sims said Chin had no knowledge of the gun. The attorney also told the court that he was recently honorably discharged from the U.S. Army after completing 2 tours of Afghanistan. He further told the court that Chin suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. The bail application was granted. Allegations are that on December 8, police personnel assigned to the St. Catherine South Division stopped a vehicle and conducted a search. A black bag allegedly being carried by Chin was searched, and a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 11 rounds of ammunition was seized, according to the police. He was subsequently arrested and later charged. Usain Bolt praised for foundation's contributions to those in need. Caregivers at the Montego Bay Mustard Seed Community's Children's Home in St. James received their Christmas wishes of a washing machine and a smart television set, thanks to the Usain Bolt and Janet Richards Foundations, which donated the items towards helping to make their life easier at the facility. The home, located in the East Central St. James community of Adelphi, has been suffering from an inadequate supply of water, which regularly disrupts the domestic chores at the facility. I'm so proud to present on behalf of Usain Bolt Foundation, a young man that I admire, a young man that loves people, a young man that loves children, this washing machine based on the request you made, said Janet Richards, managing director and founder of the Janet Richards Foundation. Richards was speaking at her foundation's annual Christmas treat held for the residents and staff of the Mustard Seed Children's Home, noted the caregivers struggle with potable water. Nothing beats taking care of children who cannot help themselves, and this is where I stand, Richards said. We're happy to be here, and I want you to have a wonderful evening. Usain Bolt has made this possible year after year, and he will not stop. she told the children and their caregivers before wishing them a joyous Christmas. According to her, Usain Bolt, through his foundation, has been doing a great deal for the vulnerable in Jamaican communities. And as a young man, he teaches us a lot of things, to give a little, serve a little, as much as he has so many things to do. Richard said, nothing his efforts were being made, despite the many other activities in which he's involved. In relation to the smart television, she said that, given the technological era the world is in now, she said the donation was made as it was important that children are kept in tune with advancing technology. On behalf of the Usain Bolt Foundation and its directors, I take great pleasure in presenting you this television set. It has a lot of features. I know the children will be happy and you will take great care of it, Richard said. Cordell Howell-Huey, administrator at the Mustard Seed Children's Home, said the gifts were coming at a critical point in the lives of both the children and the staff. Howell-Huey said life would be a lot less challenging for the laundress because the new washing machine was one that can have water manually poured into it to do the children's laundry. We have been struggling quite a while with water pressure in the area, and there are times when we're out of water for up to 4 weeks, Howell-Huey said. The washing machine that we have, if the water pressure is low, it is of no use. And so ladies have to be washing with their hands, and it's not easy to be washing for 31 mentally and physically challenged children, she reasoned. So getting a washing machine that you can actually pour water into is great for the laundress and for us here. I am really grateful for this gift. We are grateful for the gifts, and I want to thank the Usain Bolt Foundation and the Janet Richards Foundation for the wonderful job that they have been doing over the years, said Howell-Huey, who has been at the helm of the Montego Bay Mustard Seed Children's Home for the past 19 years. It has been a blessing, and it can be overwhelming seeing the different gifts that have been contributed over the years. I know my staff and the entire Mustard Seed community is grateful for the continued support from these foundations, she added. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.